In the last video, we talked about bringing more awareness to when we're actually busy, resisting having the last word or always having to be right, and lastly, saying folks, team, etc. instead of always saying guys. Today, I've got a couple more habits for those of us in production to break or change. Next up, I want to talk about improving your response time on messages. Think about it. When you finally ask for help, do you feel valued or important when you wait 45 minutes for a response? Of course not. Now, when someone asks you a question or for help, you do not have to answer right away. It's true that it's not always possible. However, you can ask them to nudge you in 10, 20 minutes, whatever, if you don't respond. You can add a reminder to your calendar or your to-do list, or you can use reminder functions within apps like Slack to ensure you get back to the person in question in a timely manner. The last habit that I want production teams to work on is saying perfectionist instead of saying you're OCD. This is similar to the first point in my last video of transitioning away from saying you're busy all the time. If you're a perfectionist or if you have high standards, say so. Don't laugh it off and say that you're being OCD unless you do actually have OCD, of course. OCD is an acronym for a mental health condition called obsessive compulsive disorder. Frequent symptoms of folks who have this condition can include a great interest and need for symmetry and exactness, as well as a need for perfection. I had an acquaintance once who was diagnosed with OCD. They were suffering immensely, and they told me that they felt like they had a disease that everyone wants except for the people who actually have it. On the surface, being especially concerned with cleanliness, orderliness, and hygiene are all good things in our society, especially in these COVID times. In production, we're similarly concerned with organization, streamlining processes, and tidy documentation. We tend to be perfectionists to varying degrees, and it can be easy to laugh off our high standards as symptoms of a real mental health condition. Saying you're OCD when you're not, in my opinion, is about as dated as saying you're retarded. I invite you to think, is it really going to break your heart to shift from saying you're so OCD to saying that you're a perfectionist? The reality is, we know better, so be better.